Let me talk to these niggas, see? Somebody got said. Shit. You niggas run to IG for inspiration, cause your immediate circle ain't good for shit but hating. How you hustling just to get complacent? We never settle. Run these bitches, then we...
Playing Warriors basketball makes it easy because you just reading the game. You reading the floor. You reading how people are playing Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Obviously, when I was there, Klay, but you just reading how they playing them and then making a decision from there.
And outside of all that, man, I know feelings don't have no place in business, but it's just a feel good. It just feel good to have Juan Toscano in a Warrior uniform.
For me,
it just feels.
I mean,
great.
for you, of course, it was a dream come true.
Right.
But for every Oakland dude I know, everybody from the town, the Bay Area as a whole, bro, like being in the stands with the fans, like it ain't probably nobody that they was cheering harder for at that time outside of Steph.
Right. And
like when you get in the game, bro, it's like even when you just came back and had the game here and had the triple double, like motherfuckers was going crazy, like you know what I'm saying. It was like, man, it's just great to see like this dude from 95th.
And Rab, you gotta remember, I was with Juan I was on the float during the parade of winning that championship year. I know how it felt for me riding through the city. It wasn't in Oakland, it was in San Francisco, but I know what it felt like. So for you to actually contribute and like
Crazy.
That had to feel crazy for you.
Absolutely.
I seen you running around. That had to feel fucking amazing, bro, to win a championship here, bro.
Absolutely. I mean, me and my family, we still talk about it from time to time. I mean, that's the highlight of after having my son, it's the highlight of my life, you know. I mean, I remember going to the Warriors parade a couple years ago. This when it was in Oakland. I don't even remember what year it was. And my mom worked at the senior center at the lake. So I parked there, walked over. And I'm just walking around like not lost, but kind of lost. Like, and in my mind, I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know, like in my mind, I'm thinking I'm supposed to be a part of something like this.
Right.
And sure enough, I ended up being a part of something like that.
This shit was crazy,
and
man.
like, it's funny because now when I do all like the media stuff and the TV stuff, it's like I try hard not to root for the Warriors because obviously being a media personality, you got to try to stay not biased, right? And have an unbiased opinion. But that's my favorite team, bro. I grew up right there watching them.
You can't be a homer, though. You can't be a homer on the end, right?
Right. So, I mean, it's hard, though, but it still feels good because, you know, even everywhere I go in the Bay, like coming back to the Bay, it's all love. Right. You know, and I appreciate that. You know, people are like, you know, we appreciate you being, a part of that team. You know, Warriors fans are for real.
Really,
and so
the truth.
You know, it's all love, and I'm appreciative of it. And if it doesn't come back around, you know, it's all good. You know, all good things come to an end. There's other shit I want to do in my life. There's other shit that I'm going to do in my life. Right. There's other cool shit that I can do in my life, you know. So, and the best part about it is the championship is forever. You feel me?
It ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
I was fascinated too, not to go too far back, but I was fascinated in like your college stories are amazing. I think you could have a pod on just your college stories alone because they like you've been through some shit. Like, bro, you've been through some shit. And, like, from the broke foot, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, this story is wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga don't know how he broke his foot.
I don't know how I broke my foot. Partying with the lacrosse players. Don't know how I broke my foot.
Crazy, right? And so, like, thinking about that, but now that we have, and I really wish you come back also, this would be just icing on the cake, but to play with Jimmy Butler because being at Marquette, like you were saying that he had you in the clubs or young.
He was my host on my visit. He took me to the club.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
That's crazy. Now that is wild. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. And he's a very interesting man, so I'm sure it was crazy.
What's the age difference there?
He left before I got there. So 4 years. Yeah. So he like 36 now.
Boy, shit. One thing about Rab, Rabney told me shit about myself that I didn't even know. That's amazing. That's amazing journalism, man. That's good
Absolutely.
work, man.
But how is the relationship between the Oakland alumni hoopers, like just everybody that made it? Because it's like, bro, I could just imagine, like, looking at, like, if I made it to the league, like, I don't know, this feeling would be even intensified more. Like, nah, nigga, you made it. Like, Dame is from down the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about the probabilities of making it to the NBA and then a guy within that closer proximity and age as you making it.
Right.
Like, that shit is crazy. And then guys who you know who have the ability, like Kiwi, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's legendary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A baller. But, like, I always say the timing and systems.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, Kiwi could go ball for somebody right now and give them good minutes in the playoffs right now, but timing and systems. You got to get a tryout. You got to be, like, so many things have to fall in line for this shit to happen. But when you see another guy that made it, just, like, what is the conversations like? Because none of us know. We don't, it's only a few of y'all.
Yeah. I mean, so last year when I was with the Kings, I ran into Asar Thompson. He's the one that played for Detroit, right? We played against Detroit. And, you know, obviously, I don't know him. He don't know me, but we know we both from Oakland, so it's kind of like one of those welcoming looks. And it's like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, congratulations, like, blah, blah. You know, you from the town. Dame and I, we had a pre-existing relationship. We come from the same tree with playing for the Oakland Rebels, which was Hoosiers, and now it's Team Lillard, but it's the same family. So I had a pre-existing relationship with Dame, but now I have I don't want to say I have a relationship with OG GP, but me and GP too, we super tight. So I see OG a lot. But when I was in the league, like, nobody reached out to me. Nobody called and congratulated me. B, let me say that. Let me stop there. B Shaw did.
Okay.
B Shaw did.
B Shaw, a real one too.
He is.
Yeah.
I fuck with B Shaw. But outside of that, nobody else.
Yeah.
It was like,
Because to me, that's just amazing. Like, bro, where you from? Like, and they know. If nobody else know how hard this shit is, like, bro, y'all ain't peeping why, and then your journey, right? It's not like it happened right after college. It's not like it happened, like, you went through some shit before you could make it. And also, just the similarities between you and Day-Day, something that I thought about too is, Day-Day said, like, and you said it, I heard you say it in the interview, is that, like, I ain't going overseas. Like, I'm not, like, not when you win. I'm talking about at one point you was thinking, like, I don't want to be over there by myself away from my people.
Right.
And he said the same exact shit. I'm talking about this almost verbatim. Like, y'all said the same exact shit. But that toughness, I think that toughness kicks in. And also being from Oakland, because each one of them players we named, when we was going down, we was naming them, everybody tough as shit.
Right.
Like, I'm talking about, like, tough as nails. You think about everybody's, because something that separates you as a player from other players that probably have your ability is your toughness and your attitude towards the game. Like, you a fighter. You could just tell, like, this nigga grew up scrapping. Like, this nigga, like, ain't nothing no punk about him. Ain't shit scary about him. Like, he with the shit.
You ain't never been in a club with one, huh?
Nah. Just now in Miami a couple weeks ago.
That's today one. I'm talking about 3-4 years ago. He had a kid and everything. Now he said he probably a little bit more
turned
relaxed.
up. He was turned up.
Yeah, I was turned up back then.
Hey, you know when you hear somebody from Oakland say, "Why, nigga?"
Oh man.
Nah, I mean, I found more peace in my life and just more chill shit. Like you said, I got a kid now. You feel me? I got to make it back to my kid. And also, like, I ain't even trying to even have them type of interactions with,
Right.
communications with people no more. One, I don't got time for it. Two, nowadays, you don't even know what niggas is going through, how they feeling, and what they gonna take out on you.
And they don't fight.
Right.
What they gonna take out on you. Like, a couple weeks ago, I was parking, and I guess the sign said, don't back into the parking. I didn't see it. Mind you, I'm having a terrible day, absolutely terrible day. Dude behind me start honking, going crazy. So I just stopped. Middle, he bounced out his whip. I bounce out too. So I square up on him.
Right.
I said, bro, if you don't back your ass up, like, I'm having a terrible day. You don't even know what I'm going through right now.
Right.
I was having a really, really, one of the worst days I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so on the other side of that, I'm cognizant of if I'm feeling that way, other people are humans too. They going through stuff too. Like I might end up getting the short end of the stick one day. So I just try to avoid all that stuff now.
That's
like,
the best way, man.
I don't even go out no more really
That's the
unless
best
it's like
way.
a special occasion.
Right.
You know, I'm just
I
cool
killed my
on it.
road rage in the last 2 years. I don't
good.
argue with motherfuckers, nothing.
We just had that conversation. We was talking about just like changing your perception, you know, and just having a complete paradigm shift when stuff happens. Sometimes when you'll be when you think about it, road rage is like the most non-logical.
It's stupid
thing in the world. Like you sitting here you fucking up your day over somebody you'll never see again.
for 1.5 seconds of an
Right.
advantage. Like
That shit is
you
good.
going 60 miles per hour, one car getting in front of you is not going to change anything.
Right.
And you know what else I've been doing lately? Realizing that you're not really capable of changing an adult's mentality. So like, what do I look like disciplining you? Like how?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what
That's
I mean?
what
Like,
it come down to.
Like if I did whatever I wanted to do to you
but-
right now, you gonna still be you tomorrow.
Right,
Nigga, nothing's gonna change.
That's because we spent so much time trying to change the problem instead of. But if you change the way you see the
Your
problem,
behavior.
it's not a problem. No,
Right.
change the way you see the problem. It's not a problem. That's what a paradigm shift is about. A lot
That's
of times,
real shit.
Like sometimes a motherfucker do some weird shit. It'll be like man, this motherfucker. So sometimes just think for a second and consider like, oh, your life must be your shit fucked up right now. You going through, and when you look at it from that perspective, it allows you to give grace to people. It allows you to look. You know what I'm saying? You can put a lot of shit to the side. You know what I'm saying? Without having to attack everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
We didn't mention too with your career, you've been winning for a long time throughout the young years. High
I've
school,
won on every stage.
high school, what you was a game or two away from state.
One game.
Y'all would have played like Modern Day.
We would have played Modern Day in the final.
Modern Day been balling for a long time. Shout out to Modern Day. Shout out to Shea Cotton. That's who we used to watch.
A lot of people don't know about Shea Cotton. I was
Yeah.
actually just telling somebody about Shea Cotton. And I'll talk about like the butterfly effect. I was telling them about Lynn Bias and Michael Jordan.
Right.
And I heard that if Shea Cotton was around, it would have
He
been
was
no
that
Kobe
nigga.
Bryant.
Played Fremont at Oakland Coliseum.
Okay.
Right. For when they was playing the state at the Coliseum and Ken.
From where?
What's my boy that was hooping? Coach Fremont. Frank Knight.
Frank Knight.
He coached
Moreau?
Hayward. Moreau now. He coached Moreau. But Frank was balling in that game, but Shea Cotton was LeBron. So this nigga had Foot Locker commercials, all the shit. Like, but they had a good program for a lot of years. I kind of want to flip the script because I gotta get at Brownie real quick because Brownie be on some the food critic nigga shit.
Keith Lee?
Keith Lee. I want you to, because people that's not from here, right, come to the Bay, think it's cool to navigate. Now, we ain't on no LA check-in shit, right? And even crime is going down. Even bipping is going down. All this shit is going down. Robberies, all this shit. But for somebody that comes into the Bay, right, never been here before, and actually we had this talk with Simba too, because Simba was trying to guide some of his people around that was here for work. What do you tell somebody that comes here how to enjoy themselves? Of course, we have something major that nobody has. We have First Friday. They say 30,000 people attend First Fridays, right? We have a bunch of concerts. We have shows. We have basically our own Broadway down here with plays and shit down here in the Tenderloins. What do you do? What do you tell people that come into town and they not from here how to move around? And All Star went great, by the way. But what do you tell people?
For most people, I know a couple of people that didn't go.
Oh, it didn't go good.
far.
Oh shit, that's
a
the
couple
first.
NBA players. That
Oh
didn't go so
shit.
good
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say this: bad shit happens everywhere, right? Like bad shit happened in Castro Valley. Bad
Facts.
shit could happen in Atherton.
Facts.
If you know somebody, cool, link up with them. Let them show you around, because they gonna show you a more natural way. They probably people gonna see you with them. Like it's all gonna be cool. I mean, anywhere you go, if you look like a walking lick, you a walking lick. So, I mean, I just say that. For me personally, I don't really hang out in Oakland because I grew up in Oakland, and I do know that bullets don't have a name to them. You know, once it come out the chamber, it's going anywhere, and I have friends who have been victims of circumstances like that. I know people who have been victims of circumstances. I got caught in a drive-by when I was a kid in the middle of a shootout on 9/8. And what saved us is a crazy story. My little sister started choking in the car, and my mom pressed on the brake. And as she pressed on the brake, the dude ran directly in front of our car, shooting.
Shit.
Literally by seconds.
Damn.
So little shit like that, like I be paranoid about, and like this young generation, they don't have no rules. They don't even care no more. They don't care about life. They don't care about themselves. You know, they don't care about like growing up to go see the world. Like they don't care about making it out of their circumstances for a lot of different reasons. You know, I feel bad for them, some of them. And I just kind of just stay away from that because at the end of the day, I don't really have control over what other people do.
Right.
And I've also seen my social presence change since I've made it to the NBA. Right? Like people look at me different. You know, people treat me different naturally. Envy has become a little bit more natural from some of my peers. Now I got people I grew up with that I think we locked in. Niggas on the internet talking about me.
Oh, bro. Oh, his JUCO friend.
Niggas on the internet. Niggas on the internet linking up with people that they know don't like me, talking about me with these people in the public, but we supposed to be childhood friends.
Right.
So like for me, once I seen stuff like that, it was just like if a person that I called my best friend could do this to me, like, and treat me this way and talk about me and like link up with, you know, Drake got that line in that song. He's like, people linking up with people who don't fuck with me just to fuck with me. Like that's a real thing. And I seen that. And for me, it was just like, I don't even, cause it's a gift and a curse of mine. Like I'm not a confrontational person, but once I see that, I'm more than willing to meet you where you at.
Right.
Which is a gift because I'm not a punk, but it's also a curse because sometimes I get myself into shit where it's like, I didn't even need to be involved in that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even need to be communicating with this bullshit. I didn't even need to give that none of my energy.
Right.
So I'm learning to get out of that space, but while I'm learning to get out of that space, I put myself on a leash, literally.
Right.
I ain't even going out there. So to answer your question, like I just tell people, really stay in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Go to
Stay
them
in San
clubs.
Francisco.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you know somebody in Oakland, and like I said, it's tough places all over the world. I ain't even trying to sit here and act like Oakland the toughest place in the world or the most treacherous
San
place.
Francisco ain't nowhere to sneeze at either. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's not.
And that's true, Blends. That's what you're saying. But my biggest thing is I don't personally want to be nowhere navigating without a tour guide if I ain't been there before.
Absolutely.
Like we all been to Philly before, right?
Right.
Yep.
But I mean, since we've been there, we know how to move now. But touching down in Philly, like I don't recommend you just hitting corners, like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that ain't really it, bro. Like
I don't go nowhere that I don't have to go unless I know somebody from there. I don't go to I don't go to Jamaica. I don't go to Dominican Republic. I don't go to Costa Rica. I don't know nobody there.
Right.
I go to Mexico.
Right.
I know everybody there.
Everybody.
I go to Phoenix. I know people. I go to LA. I know people there. I go to Miami. I know people there. I got people I can call if I need in a hurry, in a jiffy, if I need something. I don't know nobody over in some of these places. I'm not going to these places. I don't know nobody. Not just my own paranoia.
Speaking of Mexico and Mexican people, real quick, just far as we've been seeing like very intense and racially charged things when it comes to Mexican people with this new regime and politics and stuff that's going on. Me personally, man, like I say, man, like I don't feel disconnected from Mexican people. I grew up with them. Like, so neighbor here, neighbor there, person across the street. Like, this is, you motherfucker go over here, eat tacos, papusas, and, you know what I'm saying? We grew up fucking with it. This is what we do, right? But everybody in the country haven't grown up like that and don't know and have fucked up stereotypes about Mexican people. Like, just speak on that a little bit and, like, how fucked up it is because it's a beautiful country, a beautiful race of people, and, like, I personally don't like how shit is being looked at and people are being portrayed as like animals basically and like to be treated like anything, right? So how do you feel about that? Because you are an American born man, but you are a Mexican, you know, by nationality. So how does that affect you and how do you look at the circumstances?
From a more like, what word do I want to use? Like internal, like me, I've learned to like not really let shit like that bother me because I've gotten to a point where I'm kind of numb to that shit because I do believe that there is an agenda and that there are puppets. Now that's a whole conversation in itself, right? But like I said, and people flame me for this because they're like, bro, you can't think like this. But I honestly think the only answer is to get the money. That's literally the only answer, because when you got money, people treat you differently. Like you either the haves
All
or the
that shit go
have-nots.
away.
And that's really all they trying. That's really all they trying to create is the haves and the have-nots, the rich
Straight
and the
up.
poor.
Straight
you know,
up.
and since Mexican people are coming over here and really, I'm not gonna use the word stealing the jobs, because they're not stealing the jobs. They're taking the jobs because, well, Mexican people are willing to do
They
whatever
do the
it
work.
takes
Yeah, they work.
to take care of their family.
Right.
You know, they're not looking for the easy way. I'm not sitting here saying that anybody is, but that's one thing I will say. I'm proud of being Mexican. Well, we're going to work our ass off.
Like a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, in every circumstance, somebody got to be the bad guy. Somebody got to get the blame. Somebody got to be the scapegoat. And, of course, let's give it to the Mexicans.
Right.
They're the one over here rocking the economy. I mean, Mexicans have, or not Mexicans, Latinos have the largest buying power in all of sports. When all the studies come out, and I'm just using this because obviously I'm in sports, so I know this data a little bit more. But when it comes to like spending on jerseys and sports gear and buying tickets and all that stuff, Latinos spend the most. It's not even close. But to spend that, how you spending it? Because you're making it. You know what I'm saying? So they taking the money that, well, you know, this new regime don't really like.
Right.
Somebody got to be the bad guy. Like, come on, is Mexicans really fucking up California like that?
No.
We got to build the wall?
No. And we don't take no responsibility for our own value systems on creating lazy Americans like us.
Americans are extremely lazy.
So we're not gonna do American versus Mexican people. No, do American versus the world. Like Americans are notoriously lazy.
They are.
Like that's just a thing. And I'm an American. You know what I mean? But I see people in other countries working so hard.
They just want you to tip for ordering food to go.
Man, when I was in
Come on,
Spain,
bro.
tipping was not prohibited.
In other
when I was in
countries, it's
Japan, you
disrespectful to
couldn't
tip.
Yeah, like tip what? I'm doing my fucking job.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? But they look at us like, I seen him chase a kid the other day because he didn't tip. And I'm thinking like, he chased him down the street and I'm thinking, cussing him out. And I'm like, I don't think this kid got no more money.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. They will shame you and try to make you feel broke if you don't tip. Like, how you know this wasn't my last $15?
But
I work hard
this.
for my money too.
That's crazy, bro. I think they should take that tip shit out.
And then you trying to decide how much, man. You trying to decide how much to tip. They got 10%, 50%.
It ain't even starting at 10 no
25%.
more. It's starting at 20 now.
Starting
20,
at
22, 25 now.
Yep, that's what it do.
That's crazy.
And California want to put all these rules in place. Put the rule in place that you can't ask for a tip at a over-the-counter service. So if I'm at a fucking Chipotle, like, no, like what service did I get to tip?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Nothing happened.
That's what
you didn't clean a table, bring me a drink, nothing happened.
Right, but there's a stigma that comes along with not tip.
Yeah, it is.
People try to make you feel, because it's lazy.
You feel it, so you feel that pressure.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And a lot of times it comes from like it's a status thing too. It's crazy because people don't want the person on the other side of the counter to be like, "Oh, this broke ass thing." So people tip a lot of times as a flex.
Yeah.
That's the way Americans think.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I be tipping because I be scared somebody gonna post my receipt on
That's
the internet
that's some
and
real
talking about
shit.
like, look at
Right.
this dude, he got all this money, he don't want to
That's
tip.
some real shit, bro.
Bro, you see it all the time, bro.
Right. To me, I think tipping should go back to the gesture of like, man, this was amazing. You really looked out for
Absolutely.
me. I think it should get back to that. I think it should get away from it being like a lot of places added into it's added into it. You don't got a choice.
You don't.
Right.
You just pay, you got to pay more.
You do.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say at some point in my life, I learned that gratuity wasn't mandatory.
Right. This is what I think. Why are we putting the pressure on each other? We need to put the pressure on these establishments
Facts.
just to pay higher.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like these is billion-dollar corporations,
Pay these
and we
people.
all are out here struggling. And when I
Right.
say it's a blanketed statement, generally speaking,
No,
like
it's we.
American
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are struggling.
Yeah.
Right.
These people are billion-dollar and paying people minimum
Right.
wage.
That shit is
Then
crazy.
once you write it in, now they getting taxed on
Exactly.
They getting taxed on that tip.
And I don't want my tip split either.
That too.
Right.
I always ask somebody, is a tip split? If it's split, most times I don't.
Yeah, I'm
tip.
not doing that. Like, that person didn't serve me. You did. I'm not paying for their
Right.
shit. I don't care what they did. I know we got to get out of here, but real quick, this is just a real quick question. Was there a certain feeling, because they always say this, is there a feeling of being a Laker?
Absolutely.
Okay, I just want to. I want to know if that feeling really.
Of course.
Yeah.
When you
Of
on the
fucking
Lakers,
course.
you automatically become a celebrity.
All right, of course.
Go ahead.
No, we had this conversation when we talked about when you look at the guys who play for the Lakers, go to their IGs and look at, they could be no names, but look how many fucking followers they got once they go play for the Lakers.
The Lakers did that. It
Life
did that.
different when you play for the Lakers. Life different.
Yeah.
I mean, for the good and for the bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure too because, I mean, as you've been in an NBA locker room, it's TVs everywhere. Like that's all they talking about on First Take and all this shit. Can the Lakers do it? Can the Lakers do it?
Yeah.
The year I was on the team, we started the season 0-9, I think.
Right.
0-10 or something like that, and they talking about us every day. Trade the whole team. Trade the whole team. So I'm sitting there like, God damn, I'm finna get traded.
I was pissed you was on that team too.
Yeah.
Like out of all times,
it's
team.
a tougher media there too than
Absolutely.
in the Bay Area.
Absolutely. But it's a good experience though, man. I've been lucky. I played for the two most visible teams in the whole
That's
world.
dope as
the Golden
shit.
State Warriors and
That's-
LA Lakers. I always tell people I probably shouldn't be as famous as I am,
Yeah,
but it's cool.
that's dope as shit. The hometown hero thing is like, that's just. That is nothing like that. That shit is just, and winning a championship in your home. That's fucking bananas.
I want to finish it off with. I want you to say something not to the young kid who's dreaming to be in the
Well,
NBA.
before you had another question, remember?
Right.
Was you
No,
gonna
we
ask?
covered that. We got that one.
No, the music shit. Didn't you have something about? Was you gonna ask him something about music, or am I tripping?
I wanted to know who he listening to right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying before you asked that last question.
We was talking about how great Mozzie album is right now.
Okay.
So we was curious. So I said when he came out, I'm gonna find out what Juan listening to. What are you listening to right now?
I don't really. I kind of stick to what I listen to. A lot of this new music is a lot of bullshit.
Right.
And
You ain't decoding Cardi.
hell no,
That
I
nigga
ain't even turn that
I
on.
don't even know what that means. I'm
I
lost.
ain't even turn
No,
that on.
Playboy Cardi, you. It's hard to understand, so it's like you got to decode it. Because I don't.
shit,
I'm at a
yeah.
point right now where I don't think the kids listening to it know what the
Right.
fuck he's saying.
Right.
I really just stick to my bread and butter, man. My bread and butter is Future. I
You
listen
still
to a lot
listen
of
to
Future.
Future, huh?
Absolutely. I
Right.
listen to Hendrix. I listen to 56 Nights, Monster, all that shit. That shit I resonate with. That shit I like to
Right.
listen to. And I feel like you got to be a certain type of dude to listen to Future.
Right.
Future, he talks to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If y'all picking up what I'm putting down,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he talked to me. I mean, I listen to obviously J. Cole, Drake. My favorite rapper though is probably Rex Life. Rex Life Raj. I listen to him a lot.
Right.
Shout out
I
Rex
really
Life.
I really put him on when I'm stressed out, which is
Right.
damn near every day, bro. Like obviously when you pursuing a career, when you a dad, when you trying to do shit, like you be stressed out.
Put that shit
I feel
on.
like he speaks to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He has real substance in his music. He
Right.
talk about real shit. He's vulnerable in his music. Shit that I can resonate with.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm listening to. I really like Rex. I'm
what's
waiting for
up.
him to drop some new music.
That's dope.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I was getting to what I was saying was like not necessarily talking to the young kid that's dreaming to be in the NBA, but talk to to people that what advice would you give someone who may end up taking a similar path as you, leaving college, maybe in the G League, maybe trying to figure it out, maybe got an opportunity, find itself back in the G League.
That's a good one.
And may come to a point where they have to make a decision like you. Like, what advice would you give that person kind of going forward?
So I did a little post game chalk talk with the Warriors, and I kind of misspoke a little bit because I ended up saying like don't take advice, but what I was really trying to say is like be weary of the advice that you take,
Right.
because everybody could tell you how to do it, but they ain't never did it. And I feel like that is very prevalent in today's society. Not everybody got a platform, everybody got a phone, everybody on social media, so everybody
Right.
just putting out their opinion. So the advice that I would give them is just, if you are going to listen to other advice and opinions, like be understanding of where that advice and that opinion is coming from. What has that person experienced? What have they accomplished? Now, I say all that to say, like, just because you ain't accomplished what I've accomplished don't mean that your opinion is any less valuable. However, you can't really understand what I'm walking through if you ain't walked through it, right? And so, again, I say all that to say, like, just be strong in your opinions or is strong in, like, your decisions. Because at the end of the day, like, you got to live with that decision. Right. And I feel like what I've learned, when some shit go wrong, it's easier for me to deal with it when I made the decision as opposed to, because 9 times out of 10, I got my mind made up already, but I'm going to ask you what you think to get a different perspective. And sometimes I'm guilty of this. Sometimes, you know what, that shit kind of made sense. Let me go with what he said. Right. And they ended up turning out to not work out, and I'd be like, man, I knew I should have just did what I said I was going to do. I should have went with my first mind. But when I make a decision and I fuck up, well, on to the next. Let me figure out how to fix it. Right. You know? So really just being confident, and I think that also comes from like your upbringing, who you are as a person, the people you got around you, like instilling that confidence for you just to be an individual. Like that's one thing I will hang my hat on. I could be in a room with Michael Jordan, I could be in a room with Warren Buffett, I could be in a room with, I don't know, I'm just thinking all the top dogs at what they do. Right. And I'm still going to be me because I'm confident in who I am. And so find that confidence in who you are to then, you know, go on and, you know, take on the world and make your decisions. Because at the end of the day, every day as a grown man and even as a minority man, like every decision you make is the most important decision in your life. You know what I'm saying? Whether I decide to walk to my hotel or catch an Uber, that's an important decision because I could run into something spicy on the walk back, you know what I'm saying? Or I can just get an easy ride back to the hotel. Right. So it's like every decision that you make it's very important. And so I just think that, bro, because there's no right path in this shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? There's no right way to do this shit. There's no conventional way to do this shit. Like, it ain't. Everybody got a different story. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody has a different experience. Man, just do that.
As the NBA, is there anybody bigger than the program, or you got to tap in? It's the program.
Is there anybody like on the NBA team?
In NBA, is there anybody in the NBA that's like he's bigger than the program?
Absolutely.
You know,
King James.
I mean, I don't know if I can say that, but I mean,
King James bigger than the program,
right. And I'm not mad at it. He's earned that. He LeBron James. I personally think he the best player to ever play this game. When you go pound for pound, if you go shirts and skins in the gym, he can do everything. Right. He's strong. He can rebound. He's athletic. He's 6'9". He can shoot. Yeah, do he shoot like Steph Curry? No, but he can shoot it. He can handle the ball. He can ISO. He can play above the rim. He can play in transition. He can guard 1 through 5. There ain't nothing on the floor LeBron can't do. He's the only player that don't have no holes in his game that I've seen with my own eyes. Right. I didn't get to see Mike play, so I don't really speak about Mike. Right. You know, I know a lot of people that like Mike.
Done with the night.
You know, I ain't see Mike, so I can't really. But from what I've seen since I started really, really watching basketball, which was like 1999 till now, Bron been the only player that we've seen that got no holes in his game.
Right. Yeah. Do everything.
Bron do everything. He earned that.
Right.
You know?
I always call a nigga feather feet because I don't know how he's so nimble and light on his feet, like. With his body mass and just how big he is and just the way he moves, that shit is sick.
And still doing it at 40.
Still doing it at 40.
At a high level.
At a high level, man, which is crazy. But we gonna wrap, man. Hey, appreciate you coming, bro. It's always a pleasure, man.
Sure.
Yes, sir,
always.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Town
Appreciate
business,
you.
man.
Yes,
and I hope that this interview was inspirational. Like, I for me, it's more important that kids get it. You know what I mean? Like, because that question that Blends just asked you at the end, I think is the most important question of this entire interview is like your journey and how you get through it. Right? Because saying you felt like quitting before is like crazy, and then getting to where you got to. Like somebody seeing that shit, bro, and just being like, I could actually do it. You know what I mean? I could actually be one of them 400 dudes. Being one of them 400 dudes is some crazy shit, bro.
Man, 400 out of the whole world.
Man, being one of them is crazy. And I want to say this real quick. I know we're going to wrap Blends, but it's been flashing in my mind. Ken, you going to feel me through this whole interview. I don't know why I've been thinking about Nahara, right? And how fucking dope that was for me as a youngster watching a Mexican basketball player. Like, I don't know why. I was fascinated with him. Like, he Mexican? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he made it to the league? Like, because I saw raw Mexicans in the hood, but nobody even played in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I just think from seeing that to the evolution of it to seeing you being an NBA champion, it's crazy, bro. Like, the future is bright.
He's very
for,
bright.
for basketball, for Mexicans, and in Mexico, bro. I would
It's
love
a lot
to
of
see
talent on the way out of Mexico. Kareem Lopez is up and coming. Obviously, Jaime Jaquez with the Miami Heat. It's a couple other kids. Caesar Landon. He's a young kid playing in high school. There's some talent on the way.
That's dope.
And no matter where it goes from here, hopefully you end up back wherever you want to be. If you want to be back in the NBA, hopefully.
No, we starting the campaign.
Hopefully
We
you end up-
starting to bring JTA back
Right.
campaign.
Well,
We got
we're gonna
T-shirts coming,
Right.
posters, yeah, billboards. We bringing them back, man. We need you for the morale. of the team.
But just giving you your flowers, I just want you to take, you know what I mean, just always appreciate what you've already done. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yeah.
Because that's some amazing shit. We talked about it with the rappers, about cats who make these who make songs that are, you know what I'm saying, that resonate, that are turning into big songs, even if it's a regional, getting people to understand, even if it's a local regional hit, getting people to understand how hard that is to do.
Right.
And so the same with yourself, to put on an NBA jersey and play in an NBA game and win a championship, you know what I mean? It's almost, you got a better chance of getting struck by lightning when you look at the amount of people that are trying to that it just doesn't work out for. I salute you. My hat's off. You're a legend here. So
legend,
you know what I mean?
super legend.
Thank you.
And with that said, Bars Podcast, we out
Bars.
of here.
We gone.
Shit. You niggas run the IG for inspiration, cause your immediate circle ain't good for shit but hating. How you hustling just to get complacent? We never settle, run these bitches, then we pick replacements. About my money, niggas more concerned with getting famous and putting fake jewelry on layaway and missing payments. Hopping out of foreigns with a lot of